and BAP, it's always good to play high ground. So the reason this is, you can see anyone that needs heals here, I can just shoot on the ground at an angle above them, and it's just gonna land on the ground, explode around them, and heal them. Whereas if you were to be like down here, or like, you know, even below them on a D elevation, trying to heal them is much more difficult because you have to hit them directly or try to angle it in a more difficult way. Not only do we get 2, but we killed 2 of their supports. So what should we do? We should be playing very aggressive. We should be pushing into them, because the more kills right now, they're gonna have to wait for like 10 seconds. If we got no more kills and we just took our hands off the keyboard and wait, they have to wait at least 10 seconds or so until the teams, or probably like 10 or 15 seconds, until the enemies fully regroup again. Guys, quickly before the video starts, if you like how I'm VOD reviewing my own gameplay here, make sure you hit me up on Discord if you like your own gameplay reviewed, or if you like coaching, right? So I actually just coached my first person in Overwatch 2 yesterday. I've coached hundreds of people in Valorant, and pretty much all of them say that they gained something very valuable out of the session. If you want to also have a session with me, let me know on Discord. Enjoy the video, and peace, guys. Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be VOD reviewing myself on Baptiste, and I'm going to be talking about a couple of really important things about what makes Bap such a strong healer. So in my opinion, he's not the strongest healer, but he's definitely in the top echelon of healers, and that's mainly because of his shift ability, which is an AoE healing that instantly heals, but it also like slowly heals after it instantly heals, if that makes sense. So it's really good for keeping yourself up, but also any teammates that are around you. You don't have to be super close, but you have to be kind of close. Also, his immortality, I want to talk about a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and briefly mention that it's not, it's definitely not as strong as Kiriko's Suzu, but it is a very strong ability nonetheless. So keep that in mind. And the other part about Bap that I really like is, well, unfortunately, Bap is not very mobile, but he does have a passive where if you hold control, you can see this little thing comes up here and it allows you to jump really high. So we're going to be talking about that throughout this VOD, but let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain more as we go. As you can see, what I'm already doing is I'm just holding shift, or holding control, because I just want to have it up if I want to jump. One more thing, you see I think in BAP, it's always good to play high ground. So the reason this is, you can see anyone that needs heals here, I can just shoot on the ground at an angle above them, and it's just gonna land on the ground, explode around them, and heal them. Whereas if you were to be like down here, or like, you know, even below them on a D elevation, trying to heal them is much more difficult because you have to hit them directly or try to angle it in a more difficult way. Whereas up here, it's just much easier to kind of hit them. I don't know if this makes sense. It should make sense. It's just a lot easier whenever you're on high ground, and you can always have high ground as BAP because you have this, you know, like I said, the passive jump ability. So make sure to make good use of that. Here you can see what I mean. Trying to heal the diva that's like on the same elevation as me is hard. So you see, jumping is going to make it easier. So that's, if you are having a hard time hitting teammates on BAP, jump or take high ground. Here I decided to throw mortality. I don't think I needed it. I definitely didn't need it because we use Suzu as well. Kiriko's BAP is so strong. It's kind of ridiculous. I want to risk it right there. So that happened before. I'm like, oh, I can just save the immortality, but then it doesn't work. Yeah, I should have saved it because I use my shift. So if I use my shift, I should have just saved it, or I could use immortality. But you should always prioritize using your heal first, because immortality, as you can see, has quite a long cooldown. It's like 20 something seconds, 24 seconds or something. So obviously you want to prioritize saving that. And also Kiriko's Suzu is only like an 11-second cooldown, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but that's what they chose to do. So here I was gonna use my shift, but it's her opinion. It's not her opinion. It's her fault for being that far forward. We're gonna need to fall back here eventually. So here, this is where immortality would be very nice, right? This is where immortality would be great. Unfortunately, both of our supports wasted the immortality earlier. Here, I should have shifted again. I could have healed him. I could have just healed him. My fault though. Here, another cool thing about Bap, because he doesn't have a lot of mobility, he actually does have a good amount of damage. So you can actually kind of, you know, you can fight and win fights against DPS if their aim isn't on, or if they're just not doing enough damage to you. Especially because you have this heal. You see, I'm just constantly getting healed right here. So the Genji just kind of has to leave. So here you have to regroup. We're down 2. We lost both DPS. Here, I just want to help my diva get out, and ideally we should all be falling back right now. All be falling back to help our, well, now it's our Sombra and our Bastion, and get back safely. Here I'm gonna shift. Yeah, good. And you see how quickly I build my ult here, right? So just from healing this guy, it's gonna give me like basically 10% charge there. Here I'm gonna throw Immortality down. He throws Suzu down. Dang, I'd hate to be that Genji, quite frankly. Okay, so go. This is pretty bad for them because he blades, he kills one, and then he dies. So it's even, and he wasted blade. So now we have my window. I have window. Come up top. Yeah, I want him to go up top because window is gonna be better from a high ground position here than if you go down right or down through one of the caves, right? So this is just gonna be better. And I just want people to. This is fine because it's gonna pressure people off of this position. Ideally, it'd probably be better to put a window over here or even up here. But this guy's pressuring me. I need to force him off of me, if that makes sense. So window is a pretty good way to do that. And unfortunately, he doesn't die. But here, I think I don't think that I'm gonna be very effective at shooting people from this range. So I would recommend kind of just focusing on healing. If you were me in this position, of course it sucks to kind of feel like you wasted your ult. It was kind of a waste, but yeah, it was okay. It forced the Kiriko away. And it's fine because you can build the ult so quickly, right? Like, it's fine. There, I wasted the shift. I don't know why I used that. Here, I come over here just to see if I can do a little bit of damage before they come in. See, also, you don't have to hold down control all the way and wait till you can jump like max height. You can do it for just a second and jump just a little bit higher than you normally could. Stuck. Door stuck. So this diva is just allergic to, you know, letting me heal her, I guess, throughout the game, but that's okay. That's kind of your job as a healer as well. It's kind of like one of the challenges. So here we get 2. What should we do? Not only do we get 2, but we killed 2 of their supports. So what should we do? We should be playing very aggressive. We should be pushing into them because the more kills right now, they're gonna have to wait for like 10 seconds. If we got no more kills and we just took our hands off the keyboard and wait, they have to wait at least 10 seconds or so until the teams, or probably like 10 or 15 seconds until the enemies fully regroup again. But if we push up, we kill the Sig, we kill the other 3 enemies, then that's gonna stall things out for even longer. Excuse me. That's gonna stall things out for even longer. So each additional kill we get, it's gonna just subtract time off the amount of time they have. There's Sig. Here, I should be moving up. This is something I kind of noticed. I should be moving up here. I should be playing high ground up here to heal my teammates better. We can actually play up now a little bit. I actually say that, so I know that. I just should have done it a little sooner, I think. I think I'm honestly playing like a little bit passive. Like, obviously I don't want to be playing like in their front line or anything, but I feel like I am a little bit passive. I watched a couple of VODs of myself here today so far, and I feel like I could be playing just, especially after I get the first kill on Bap, I could just be playing up a little bit. Again, you don't want to sacrifice high ground. Like, you still want to play high ground this area, but this area is farther forward than this area, right? So if we get a kill, my team's pushing up. I don't want to just sit back here and do nothing. I want to move up and do something up here. Alright. My heals are good though. I'm doing good. My elims are kind of lacking, but it's not the end of the world. If I'm doing heals, I'm doing heals, you know. But here I see that Kiriko comes out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and run into this because I know that I can shoot really, really fast, and I know I can do some damage here. I also want to play inside of it because I don't want to use my immortality, but I do want to use my shift. I want to use my shift multiple times because that's gonna recharge and cycle. I can cycle that like 3 times at least. So I'm just gonna spam that here. Shift. Here, I could have thrown my immortality for that guy, but I was like, I don't want to use it for some reason. So here, I'm gonna shift again, and then I'm gonna back up into the Kiriko one more time. You see, I'm gonna get this heal back again, but it's gonna take 10 seconds. So that's a pretty good use of my heal there. My team's actually good. Like what? Yeah. Soldiers still have zones. They have Mercy, Sigma, and Soldier ult. I'm gonna window up here. You guys want window? So here I say I'm gonna window up here and then I ping. I should have probably said like I'm gonna look at your BAP, or I'm gonna window on top of gas station. Sometimes I don't even know if people know what window is, to be honest, but I think most people do. Window is my ult, so I don't even know what it's called. Damage buff, like I don't know what even the ult's called, to be honest. So Bastion's ulting. This is a pretty good indication that we could be going in. Here, you see, I actually go to put it down, but then I see the reason I don't put it down is because I see that the Sig is running backward, and I'm like, okay, are they not coming forward for some reason? And so I decide not to put it down yet, because if they all run back for a second, I put my ult down, then they don't even have to come forward, and then my ult will just be a waste. But then I decide, okay, everyone comes out right here, literally in a split second, they all come out, so there's 4 of them there. So I decide to ult, and I need to heal myself here because I'm getting low. And then I can just shoot through this. And, you know, if any one of my teammates were looking through this, it would be so much easier to just kind of destroy them. And then he's going to ult me, so. And then he gets hacked. And I didn't know that that would actually cancel the ult. That's pretty cool.
You got rolled.
I actually got rolled.
Sig.
Here, just playing around my teammate, I throw immortality on that guy. Looking back, this probably is not necessary. And so the cooldown is actually 25 seconds. Pretty long.
There, but I kind of just wanted to use it because there's no other opportunity to use it.
That's actually a lie. There was an opportunity to use it earlier, but I try to heal that guy.
Mercy.
So I say mercy, and then my whole team is just not looking at the mercy. I swear. Mercy actually kills one of my teammates as well.
We kill Mercy, guys.
Bridget low.
So I don't know. I can't aim on this character sometimes. So I decided to just go. I decided to go and throw that down just to make sure my diva doesn't get debacked. And in case I get hooked and I can't throw it down, I'll be safe for at least a few seconds. And they just get off point. So pretty good. So pretty good so far. My heals are naturally very good. It's because I'm playing Bap. I honestly believe that Kiriko could out-heal Bap. It kind of just depends what you're prioritizing. But this guy's also not doing damage, which is interesting. So I feel like if I was this Kiriko, I could probably have more heals than him. Or he could have more heals himself. Because I have a good amount of damage. Not the most damage. I know that as a support, outside of Moira, my damage generally struggles. Especially with a character like Kiriko, because Kiriko is extremely hard to aim with, in my opinion. So here, gonna go ahead and moving on to second round. You know, just gonna be. I think we actually had a few lost fights here, which is good to kind of learn from, right? But they obviously not pushed it very far. You see, I always want to come up here onto high ground because I want to, you know, I want to play off of. I want to have an easier time healing. You see here, I'm gonna shift this guy, and this guy's probably, oh, I'm dead. His name's Death. But I shift, and then just look how much heals this does. It's just broken. This is why this is the main reason why Bap is so strong right now. So he gets stuck. He's 3 bars. I don't know how much health that is. It's not a lot. Probably like 60 HP or something. And then I don't even think this hits him, but then the shift, I throw my immortality. That's kind of silly. It's just kind of silly to throw the immortality. But he lives, right? This is what I mean. It's really hard to hit people that are above you, and it's really hard to hit people that are in midair with Bap. So that's why your shift is the best thing you could do. But yeah, I did not need to throw the immortality. It's kind of troll. Here I'm just shooting shield because I don't need to heal any teammates. So how am I gonna optimize my time? By damaging. So what can I damage? Okay, there's a shield. Let me shoot the shield. That's how I go about. Like, okay, that's like my checklist, right? It's like, okay, does someone need heals? No. Okay, does someone need, you know, it's like, okay, does someone need heals? No. Okay, then can I damage something? Okay, what can I damage, right? That's just kind of how it goes, basically.
Dig below.
I can see you do it. I can see you.
This diva is allergic to heals, so naturally not going to be healed. Here, that's pretty, I had a pretty insane heal on that guy, actually. Something I've learned is, like, the best Baps from, like, good Baps, the difference is the best Baps can heal, like, they don't miss, right? Like, you're not going to miss if you're a really good Bap. And also going for some damage like this is really good. Hanzo low. If I hit him even once there. Here, I'm going to shift because I need heals just a little bit. My diva and someone else need heals, so I'm just like, okay, I'll just use it. You know, the cooldown's 15 seconds, but I'll just use it. So here, I think that was actually meant for my diva, but I'm gonna throw this down for him. Looking back here now, I probably should just kept running backwards or just stay in the mortality. But now it's just a regroup. So yeah.
Regroup. Farm all of our ults. Play together.
Here we're still feeding, and this is what I mean by if you're so like right now we could have already all been regrouped, but this guy dies. So you see, let's just see how long we have to wait, right? Let's just see. Nothing against the Bastion. Let's just see how long we have to wait. So he dies like 245. Let's see when we can actually group as a team and start. Look at that heal. That was nice. So 245. He's still not back. So it's been 10 seconds. He's respawned. He's probably gonna be back in another like 5 seconds. So it's like 15 to 20 seconds whenever someone dies, which is a pretty good amount of time. That's a really good amount of damage on the Hanzo right there.
At the top. Soldier dead.
I'm gonna throw this down just so I can. That's very aggressive on our this guy. If I had mortality right here, this would be absolutely insane on him. But here, the game's just over.
Nice.
We see the Sig's toes over here, so I'm gonna go and shoot those.
That's it.
And that's GG.
Let's go.
So, yep, quite an easy game. It was a roll, but I wanted a little bit of a shorter game to kind of showcase why Sig is just so good. And I want to see my heals at the end of the game here. Oh my god. Here we go. So my heals 7.6k. My damage is not bad. Could definitely be better. Especially as Bap, you could do quite a lot of damage, like I said. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about, you know, how to play Bap, why is he so good, or anything like that, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.